Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report. So let me show you what is going on the markets, and let's look for decent trading occasions, decent trading setups. But first we need to see the calendar. We do have an OPEC meeting, ongoing OPEC meeting. We had PMIs. PMIs came better than expectations, and this is supporting euro. And euro is going higher, and most probably many experts will blame this. Will say that this upswing on euro dollar is caused by PMIs, but it's not the case. That's just a good explanation as any. It's easy to explain it this way. But the thing is that the rise on euro dollar is caused mostly by the correction, by closing the long positions on dollar, and just a normal reaction on the support, because euro dollar is on the support, so very often we don't see a breakout, but we do see a bounce. What still to have, we will see important data for the Canadian dollar. So if you're planning to trade on Canadian dollar, you have to be extra careful, extra cautious, because we do have a CPI and retail sales. So that will be a super important pack of data from Canada, important data for Canadian dollar, retail sales and CPI. And last week, 2 weeks ago, and this week we're pretty busy in terms of the data. In the calendar, macro calendar was packed with important numbers. We are seeing the next week, and just on Wednesday we do have two speeches from two central bankers, Mark Carney and Mr. Paulos. We do have interest rate decision from New Zealand on a Thursday, GDP from US, and that's pretty much it. And inflation from Japan on Friday. Those from top tier 1 data. So last 2 weeks were very busy in terms of the data. The next week is not. So maybe we'll get more technical trading, but luckily trading came back to the technical side of the market, and technical analysis is respected back again, because for some time, like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we had problems with the technical analysis as it wasn't working, at least the major price action principles. And I'm not saying that from my perspective, but I talked with many traders who are price action experts, and they admitted the same. With that being said, let me start the analyzing the charts. Let me start the technical part of this daily analytical report. So what we are seeing here is American dollar to Canadian dollar. For some time we had this ascending triangle pattern here, which resulted with an upswing. The price went significantly higher and broke two resistances. First one was the downtrend line, and the second one is being broken right now, so the upper line of the flag formation. As you can see, downswing flag, but this flag is being denied right now as we speak, because the price is attacking the upper line of this formation. And also what happened is, always those long-term patterns are more important. Not like that, but like that. Okay. This is an upswing, this is a wedge, and a breakout of the upper line of the wedge gives us a buy signal. We should see a further continuation of the rise, but first maybe we'll see a correction. Correction started yesterday, is being continued today. So the scenario here is a small drop, maybe aiming this resistance or maybe the next one, and a further upswing. Yes. Euro to Australian dollar bounce from 38.2, breakout of 23.6, so we do have a buy signal. Price stopped on the first horizontal resistance here, double top formation, so maybe we'll see a drop. I think that price aiming 23.6. Maybe it's not for sure, but it looks very, very probable that the price will bounce from it. We will not get a breakout, and the price will continue to go down, aiming 23.6. Swiss franc to Japanese yen here. Here there is a support like that, and we are inside of the wedge formation. We bounced from the upper line, we bounced from the lower line, and now time for the test of the upper line, and the price getting here to 38.2 and creating a bearish reversal pattern like a shooting star or an engulfing will be a super strong sell signal, and I'm waiting for this. Euro to Canadian dollar broke horizontal resistances, aiming another one on 50% Fibo. We are aiming also, well, we already broke this, so maybe this is a false breakout and the price will continue to climb higher, but the situation is not so clear. Euro to Swiss franc. That was a nice sell signal, but now we are coming back to the uptrend, because if we would connect those lines and here, that's a channel, I'm sorry, that's a channel down formation, or even a inverse head and shoulder formation or a double bottom formation. Anyway, we got a breakout of the upper line, which brings back the positive sentiment, and we should aim at least this horizontal resistance on this red line. Oh, I'm sorry. Like that. This is the current scenario for Euro to Swiss franc. So now I'm gonna show you Euro dollar. What happened here is a bounce from the long-term uptrend line. That was kind of a false breakout of the uptrend line, and the price didn't manage to go lower because after the breakout of the downtrend line here, they stopped on a horizontal support. So this area, maybe let me change the color. This area here is a false breakout. Now the price is aiming higher, and we should aim the resistance marked with an orange color here. So in my opinion, we should see the movement towards this line. Oh, unfortunately, the uptrend line got cancelled, got deleted. Now it's back. And really, false breakouts looks awesome, and they are very reliable trading patterns, and also that's an engulfing, bullish engulfing, and also two hammers, two pin bars, not hammers, maybe first one is hammer but the second one is not, and further upswing looks really probable. Australian dollar to American dollar. I am waiting for this upswing because I am hunting the short position here. Why? Because it's a long-term, excellent long-term trading opportunity. So what do we have here is a long-term downtrend. There is a flag. We broke the lower line of the flag, which triggered as a long-term sell signal. After the breakout, we tested the broken support as a resistance, and that was a positive test. And also we got another flag in the short term. So we got two flags, this one and this one. Both resulted with a breakout of the lower line here, and that actually triggers a sell signal. So what we should see, what we can see, but it would be awesome from the technical point of view that we would see the comeback and a bounce, or maybe a bit further comeback and a bounce. And I would love to see this kind of price action here. Silver, also very good trading setup. So look at this. In a long-term chart, what's that pattern? That is a symmetric triangle pattern. And symmetric triangle in the middle of June went to break the upper line of this formation. Last week they broke the upper line of this formation, but failed to climb higher because they stopped on a horizontal resistance. I very often advise that when you have triangles, very often at the end you have a breakout, but then you need to deal with a horizontal support and a resistance, and you should break for the breakout of the resistance or support to get a legitimate trading signal. So that was a false breakout from the triangle and a bounce from the horizontal resistance, which gave us the sell signal, and the sell signal was awesome. Boom, price went lower. Then the price met the lower line of the triangle here and the horizontal support around 16 point, let's say $16.2 for ounce. And let's look in a shorter term. The price created a sideways trend, broke the lower line of the triangle, bounced from the horizontal support, came back to the triangle and inside to the symmetric to the rectangle, which makes this downswing from yesterday, makes this a false breakout. So this is a false breakout, this is a false breakout. And the reaction of the false breakout is the strong movement in the opposite direction, and that's what's happening now. The price is aiming higher. This is a good trade in terms of the risk to reward ratio, because if you buy here, the potential target is here. So let's say 30 pips and you are aiming for 60. 2 to 1, not the best, but still good. If you want to play it more aggressive, you can buy here and stop loss, for example, here on 15 and then 60 pips profit. American dollar to Swiss franc. We said that if the price will break the yellow area, we should get a buy signal. So we didn't say that you should buy here because we are still below the resistance. That's the power of the resistance and supports. And the price did not break the resistance and went significantly lower. That is why supports and resistances work, and that is why it is worth to wait for the breakout of the resistance to open a short position, or breakout of the support to open breakout of the resistance to open long position, and breakout of the support to open a short position. It is always worth to do that. It is, you can do no wrong with waiting to gain extra confirmation. Obviously you can lose, but waiting for a confirmation is always advisable. Like here, that was a bearish setup for me. The price was going down, we had this 38.2 Fibonacci, it was tested twice, the price went lower, but I said that no, you shouldn't believe in that. you will get a sell signal once you will break this horizontal support along with the dynamic support, because once the price is inside the channel up formation, there is no sell signal. Obviously, British pound was supported by the Bank of England, right? So it's not that technical analysis was crashed just like that. It was the influence of the data. But if you were a technical trader, you did not have any position here anyway, because technical traders were for sure waiting for the breakout of the lower line of the flag or the breakout of this horizontal support. Sell signal was created on British pound to Japanese yen because the price broke the lower line of the flag. I won't even repeat you this pattern because you're already probably tired about this, because I talk about this pattern every single time. The thing is that we had a sell signal before the Bank of England, but it was denied. Luckily, I had a position here and I closed it on profit at the time of the data, when the data hit the screen. Look at that. So I had a short position here for some time. It wasn't very good, but then I could have protected more profits because we are here and the price reversed. My stop profit could have been here, but in a way it's a good trade because I earned 800 euros and now I would be more or less on break even. So I used this selling opportunity. I thought it's gonna be better, but still I made money. The thing is that what we are having here, what we had here is a head and shoulder pattern, but what we are having here is inverse head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Once we'll have a breakout of the red line and possibly a breakout of this horizontal resistance, we'll get a strong buy signal here on British pound to Japanese yen, which will cancel all that bearish setup, which I absolutely loved and it was looking great. But if the price does not want to go up, probably it will go down. If the price does not want to go down, it will probably go up. British pound to Swiss franc. Let's say this is the downtrend line. We are very close to break the downtrend line. Okay, we are already broke the horizontal resistance. Buy signal will be triggered once we will break this horizontal resistance, in my opinion. So price climbing above this horizontal resistance gives us a buy signal, double bottom formation. That will be a nice reversal and a comeback to the long-term uptrend. Well, seems like a bounce from the long-term uptrend line. If the price will do that with a double bottom formation, fair enough, that will be a strong buy signal. As you can see, my approach is that I don't care if the price will go up or down. I just want to trade, I just want to earn money on the movement, and I advise you this position. Do not fall in love in one position, do not stick to one position. You're a trader, you can go both ways, you can buy or sell, it doesn't matter. So do not stick to one side of the market, be open-minded, and do not force yourself to trade to only buy or only sell. New Zealand dollar to American dollar is bouncing from ultra important horizontal support. This is a positive sign and maybe a start of a bigger reversal. Proper buy signal will be triggered once we will climb back above the combination of those two. So once the price will be here. American dollar to Japanese yen is bouncing from the long-term downtrend line again. Now the price is creating head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, breakout of the neckline, which is here, or horizontal support. Breakout of those will be a buy signal. We also have another one. Yeah, let's say like that. Breakout of those two can give us a sell signal. I wouldn't be bothered about this line. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. What is happening here? The price is trying to create inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, which can also end the bearish correction here, and a breakout of the upper line of this formation and a 38.2 and a neckline will give us a buy signal. Very strong one actually on the paper. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc is breaking another horizontal supports. So now the way to the new lows is open, but I don't like this setup anymore, so I will just remove it. Euro to New Zealand dollar is also bouncing from the horizontal support and is climbing higher. A breakout of the support will give us a sell signal, and a breakout of this horizontal, of this dynamic resistance, will give us a buy signal. So now we are inside of the sideways trend. Actually, this is this long-term sideways trend, so for me it's not a good occasion to buy or sell. American dollar to Russian ruble, that was a good buy signal, but now we are going lower. Swaps are too bad to go long on this position. In the long term, in the short term it's okay, but also we need to remember about spreads. Anyway, the sentiment is still positive here. Bitcoin, yes. How about that? Bitcoin uses the flag to go lower. Well, we are not surprised, because Bitcoin is following the technical analysis principles. So if there is a flag, it's usually a trend continuation pattern. So we're in a free fall right now towards the ultra important horizontal support around 5,500 dollars, and maybe for some traders it will be a good occasion to buy. We'll see. Silver, gold. I also had a position in gold. I sold here one correction. Actually, this is beautiful because gold is very technical right now. So we had the flag. What's that? We had a pennant, and now we do have this. So I open short position here and close it here without any particular reason. I was just trusting my guts, and my guts were telling me that we should see a reversal, and that was a good call. Look at that, the price reversed, maybe not straight away, but soon after that. And the price created a bullish engulfing pattern on H4 candles. The sentiment in the long term is negative, definitely, but yesterday candle is positive, and if they will manage to climb a bit higher, we would have a shooting star here or a pin bar, which can be a sign for a reversal. But anyway, now short-term sentiment is positive, but long-term sentiment is negative as long as we stay above this orange area, and the long-term sentiment is negative. FTSE, I think we can remove this flag, it's already gone. And now we are in a correction pattern, another correction pattern, which is a wedge. And the breakout of the upper line of the wedge is a buy signal, breakout of the 38.2 is a sell signal. Not so far so good, there are chances to climb significantly higher. And oil, all eyes on oil because of this OPEC meeting. We are moving in a sideways trend. You see, we had this drop, price came back below the horizontal resistance, created a flag, tested it, tested recent support as a resistance, down, another flag, another test. From the technical point of view, we should aim lower, but the breakout of the, let's say, violet, purple, breakout of the purple line will be a buy signal. So price getting here will be a positive sign for oil. So we are very close to get a major buy signal on this instrument. So let me recap most of the patterns. That is a short-term sell, and that is nothing, that is a short-term buy, that is a short-term buy, that is a short-term buy, but eventually it should be a long-term sell. This is a buy, this is a nothing, this is nothing, this is nothing, this is possibly a strong buy but soon, this is a short-term buy, this is nothing but a possibility to sell, this is maybe, this can be in the future a strong buy, this can be a strong buy but can be a strong sell. So no signal, no signal, sell signal on Bitcoin, short-term buy signal on gold, and short-term buy signal on FTSE, and very close to a buy signal on oil. So this is the current situation at the end of the week. I hope you like those setups. I like them. Some of them look very nice. Now half an hour break, and half an hour after that we'll have a live trading session where I will show my trading system, my trading strategy. I will explain you my recent trades, and we will try to look for something decent right now at the market. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for attending Daily Analytical Report, and see you soon.